Okay, boys and girls, so we have been talking a lot about God's forgiveness, and today we're going to talk about the sacrament that is connected to God's forgiveness and how we can celebrate God's forgiveness. So, when something happens and you would like to show others that you are sorry, there are different ways you can show them that you're sorry. You could do something for them, something kind. You could use your words and apologize, to give a hug. Okay, all different things that you can do. When we make up with someone, like when we're in an argument or a fight or what we call in our class a kerfluffle, when we have that separation, that argument or that kerfluffle, and when we make up again, when we forgive each other, we come back together. And that is called reconciliation. It's like we put our differences aside and we come together. We reconcile them. We can always come back to God and ask for forgiveness. Jesus gave us a way to do this, and it is called the sacrament of penance and reconciliation. We call this whole sacrament the sacrament of penance, and this is actually the next sacrament that you'll make. Hopefully, January of second grade. And the cool thing about this sacrament is that you can do reconciliation happens all the time. You can go every week and talk to the priest. So let's learn a little bit about it. So in this sacrament, we receive and celebrate God's forgiveness. So these are the things that we do during that. We think about what we have said and done. We are sorry for the times that we have not loved God and others as we should. So during the sacrament, you meet with the priest. There's a special place we'll talk about this more, but there's a special place in the church. In our church, you may not have even noticed, but along the sides of the church, there's a couple doors, and one says Father Tom, or I think it says Father Fusco, and the other says Father Sullivan, and those are their special spots for this. So we'll meet with the priest, we listen to a story from the Bible about God's forgiveness, and we talk to the priest and tell him about what we have done. We tell God that we are sorry. And the priest I like to think about it as a special power from God that they get when they become a priest, and it's the power to tell us that God forgives us. So we celebrate the sacrament of penance, usually in our church. And like I told you, there's a special spot where we can meet with the priest, and you do that so that it's private. Here, you can talk to the priest either face to face, so you're like sitting in a chair and looking at them, or there's a little screen that you can go behind and you kneel and you talk to them there. And they'll usually tell you that you're forgiven for your sins. And in order to be forgiven, they'll say, okay, go say an Our Father or the Hail Mary and tell God. And that's how God will forgive you. So for today's little religion extra, I would like you to talk to someone at home. Ask them to share what they remember about their penance and reconciliation with you. And like I said, this is the next sacrament you'll receive, so it's important.